Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Have you guys been looking for me? Well, guess what? You found me in the kitchen with Angela, Creole Roots. All things New Orleans. I'm in the house. Today is Saturday. I'm excited. It's getting cool outside. The flu is starting up. Colds, allergies, all that, right? So today I am going to make some soup, some chicken and vegetable soup. Of course, you know it doesn't have any carbs in it, and the reason being, I have to watch my carbs, right? So this is a carb-friendly diet. You see my pan is already heating up. I have some chicken and I have some vegetables. I'm going ahead and I'm just cutting into my chicken pieces. I want them to be smaller than bite size, basically, right? Let me move this out the way. That's a little fat. We don't want the fat. So I have my vegetables. Here's my chicken chunks, celery, onion, and potatoes, right? Now the potatoes have a little carbs in it, but I didn't use a lot and I used red potatoes. Then I have some carrots, some green beans, and corn. But these carbs are okay, all right? My pan is pretty heated up. I'm gonna go ahead and drop some butter in there in my pan, because we're gonna start by sauteing the chicken, okay? And I'm seasoning my chicken up before I start sauteing it with some garlic pepper, okay? So, and then I'm gonna go ahead and drop it in the pot. Just go ahead and drop it in. And today I'm using chicken broth and vegetable broth together. So this is a simple recipe. We're making some good old chicken soup with vegetables in it. Okay, I'm washing off my hands, you guys, because I did touch the chicken. I have a good old slotted spoon. And I just want to add some more of that in there. Okay. Yeah, that's looking good already. I'm going to go ahead and add my potatoes in there. I want them to cook a little bit before I, put the liquid in there. So these are red potatoes, and I diced them up. I have some good celery in there. So I'm just making me some chicken and vegetable soup. I'm going to go ahead and add the onion in. And I diced up about a quarter of a cup of onion. Not much, just a quarter of a cup. Remember, the key to cooking is prepping first. So I got my onion in there. And you know I have to have my bayleaf, you guys. Gotta have seasoning in my soup now. So I'm going to add about 3 big ones. I also have some sage. Add about a teaspoon or less of sage. And I have some rosemary too. This is going to be some good soup. Okay, I got that in there. And that's looking good already. I love it. I'm loving it. So I started off with some butter. And then I'm going to hit it up with some olive oil. Just a tad bit, not much olive oil. And of course, you know I have garlic powder, or you can use whole garlic. Okay. Gonna open up my green beans. I'm gonna start adding my celery in there. I love celery in soup. I don't know why, but I do. It just tastes amazing to me. Yeah, it tastes amazing. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add some green beans in. Not the whole bag. Some carrots. Ooh, that smells so good already, you guys. Gonna add my carrots in. I'm gonna go ahead and add all my green beans in there. This is a veggie soup, right? So it's about the vegetables. But I'm not gonna add a bunch of corn. I'll save the corn for something else. Because remember, corn is a high carb, okay? Now, I'm gonna go ahead and add my totally saturated Creole seasoning. Okay, I'm gonna add some black pepper. And I'm gonna go ahead and add my vegetable broth. And I'm gonna let it come to a boil too, okay? Remember, this is chicken and vegetable soup. No pastas, no rices, none of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my chicken broth. This was my vegetable broth. And now I'm adding my chicken broth. And I'm gonna let it come to a boil. Add a little bit of water in here. And we're gonna let it all come to a boil. We're gonna cook it about 30, 35 minutes. Okay. Just bring it up to a high temperature. Y'all can see that so far. It's gonna be a good old soup. So basically, it's really simple. The only thing I'm missing now is I'm gonna add a little bit dill. Dill is good for you. So I'm gonna add some dill. Okay. So I'll get that chopped up. And I don't want it creamy. I want it brothy. I really don't want it creamy. So I'm gonna add my dill in there. Another herb that's good for you. Okay. I'm gonna have to freeze my dill. It's starting to look a little suspect. I need to freeze it. I'm just washing my hands. So we're gonna bring this to a complete boil. Okay. This is gonna be good. We're gonna do a taste testing. You know you can't touch anything or taste anything until you've had at least 20 minutes of cooking time with chicken. I use chicken breasts. I don't like the dark side of any meat. It's just not really tasty to me. I'm just not one of those people who like that. So we're gonna go ahead and let our soup get to cooking up. Bring it to a boil and then we'll simmer it down. Like I said, this is a real simple meal. It's good for these days when you're getting sick, you have a cold or a flu, or just because it's cold. You know, people love soup when it's cold. Not everybody, because my son doesn't like soup, but I do. So I have everything situated. I'm gonna let this pot come on and start percolating, doing what it have to do. And if you like this soup recipe, you know you can check the description down below. Check out my cookbook. Also, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You can like, comment if you like. If the comments are great, we're gonna go ahead and be okay with that. But if you're gonna be negative, you know you gotta go, right? That's how I do things here. This is my kitchen. So if you're gonna be pleasant, I don't mind. But if you're gonna be negative and bring in a mean spirit, we can let that go. But invite others to my channel. Go ahead, subscribe, like, comment. Hey, I have no problem with that. I enjoy cooking. This is my kitchen. I do it the way I do it. All things New Orleans, we gotta bring that heat. That's just how we are. So I'm gonna let this go ahead and do what it do. Once it comes to a boil, I'll bring you back out to check it out, see where it's at. We're gonna cook this about 35 minutes. I'll taste it. If I need to add more is too much, but less is more. Because if you do less seasoning, then you taste it, then you'll know to add more. So right now, we're gonna leave the pot like it is. If I have to add more, I'm gonna do it before you. I'm gonna go ahead and check out, get things cleaned up, and I'll come back to you guys with that pot. Okay? I'll be back. Okay, you guys, I'm back. It's been cooking about 20 to 25 minutes. The potatoes and stuff seem soft. The chicken is tender. If you can see that, this soup looks real good. What I want to do is I want to add a little more rosemary in there. Rosemary and chicken, it marries well together. I want to taste a little bit more rosemary in this dish, right? So I taste the sage. It's pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit on there. I want to taste the broth. Ooh, that corn is so sweet. It's delicious. This tastes really good, you guys. All my veggies and stuff. Let me check this. Yep, look how tender my potatoes are. This is some good soup, you guys. This soup is amazing. I'm loving it. It don't need much, but I think I'm gonna add a little bit tomato. I'm gonna add a little bit tomato paste. Not much, to give it a little color. Just to give it some color. And it's gonna make it taste a little good too. It really will. So like I said, for recipes and more, go ahead and hit the subscription. The description down below is gonna have the recipe. It's gonna have a copy of my cookbook in there. Also, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You can go ahead and like, hit the bell to be notified for when other videos drop. And check out my cookbook. It's on there. All you have to do is click on the page. I'm keeping up with my diet. It's looking pretty well, you guys. I've been feeling good. Yes, this soup is amazing. So you can let it cook how long you want, but I know it's ready. 25 to 30 minutes. This is some good soup. I'm gonna go ahead and get me a bowl of it. I don't need much, just a little bowl. Look at that. Chicken and vegetable soup. Yes. And there you have it. This is In the Kitchen with Angela. All things New Orleans, Creole roots. I'm about to enjoy this soup. I've been waiting for some soup, you guys. Let's see. I don't need anything else. This is it. It's a winner. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen this Saturday morning. Well, it's afternoon, whatever time you want to call it. Do what you do. I'm excited. I'll be back Sunday with another banger, another recipe. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen. You guys have a good day. Bye.